download it. So, oh my gosh, welcome. It went right for it. Everybody, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and this is the Commanding Wealth Money Mindset Command-A-Thon. Wait a minute, let's see. Hang on.
Woo!
Hang on. Now seems anticlimactic because it's not playing. Wait a minute. This is a different kind of call. We've done these before and done two others before. And I'm going to kind of explain what this about, what I'm doing, what inspired this. And this is 100% content. This is a no pitch event. Everything that you're learning tonight, you'll be able to apply and go, apply it to whatever it is that you want to manifest, when you need to charge up your energy, when you need to shift your mindset. So this isn't a raw call, but this is really about how do we shift into that greater state of being. Now, having said that, I'm going to be sure and let you know how you can participate with Alex and I in our free weekly calls that we both host. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to very briefly just be sure and let you know about a very special program that's starting next week and a special discount that is going to be available and a very special bonus that is going to be available. But it is not even like saving it to the end. I want to make sure that you have a way to get to it. I'll send you a link about it in the email. What's most important is that we are together tonight, committed to raising our vibration and turning that vibration, our intention, to the creation of not just money, but the creation of the life that we desire, and doing it in a way that is fun and fulfilling and meaningful. Okay, so we're not messing around. I'm going to do my very best to keep this to right to an hour. And I want to keep the stories to a minimum. I'm only going to tell enough and teach enough to get your mind set so that you can understand why we're going in this direction. Fair enough? Who's with me? Who is ready to roar? I want to know. Alex, let's unmute everybody right now. And if you are ready to have some fun, on the count of three, I just want you to roar with me. And I'm going to look silly doing it. You may look silly where you're at, but let's go for it. 1, 2, 3. Roar!
Roar!
Let the universe know that I'm here. I'm ready. Are you ready? Woo! Can you tell I've been thinking about this? The more I thought about it, the more excited I got. So this call is all about manifesting money and opening your mind to just allow those new thoughts and ideas. I mean, if we could just allow a new idea about something we face every single day, our life would change. And we might not change like in a big, giant, dramatic way, which it can. But if you just change this one small incremental idea, you just make a little space for something greater to happen, then your good is going to start to exponentially arrive. Okay? Your money, your opportunities, your sense of well-being, your relationships are going to improve. And we're talking about all this tonight because the idea for this came because I'm an astrology buff. And I read an article, and I'll be talking to you about that for a minute. But I just want you to be able to allow these like new thoughts, images, ideas about creating opportunities and pathways for money to arrive. I mean, we have this idea about where our money can come from. I mean, right now, just think about all the ways you can make money, right? I'm just going to give you a minute, right? So, what do we do? We might find a job, maybe not, right? We could maybe do a service. We could do some tasks. Maybe you're lucky like me that you have a mailing list and you could serve people in a deep personal way and do one-on-one calls and help them have personal breakthroughs. Maybe you could speak. Maybe you could sell off stuff you have. Maybe you could save some money, right? But we just have these ideas. But on the other side of our ideas is an even greater potential. The only way that you even think about money and your idea about what's possible to come is based on your training and your experience, and everything that you've learned up until now and manifested up to now has been based on your idea about who you are. And that's why I'm wearing silly crowns and I busted out the gold for you tonight. That's why I'm bringing it for you tonight, because there is something in you that I want to speak to and bring forth and arise that's saying, I know there's something more, and we're going to talk about that tonight. Okay, that's what this is about. Now, my slides, this is a little different setup and it shows different. So not only are like we're going to raise the energy, right? This isn't just we're going to get you to feel good. I'm going to teach you how to anchor into this positive feeling, but also what I'm going to be teaching you is when there's something that you want, or you're noticing that you're in the same situation over and over again, it's like, how the heck did I get back here again? Well, we're going to show you, right? We're going to talk to you about that a little bit. We're going to talk some about the emotions of money. And it's not just negative emotions. Sometimes our good feelings or good intentions can also stop us in a very positive, in a very powerful way, because we want to be good people. I mean, you want to be a good person. You want to show up. You want to do what's right. You want to do your share. And that's right. That's who you are. But very often we put ourselves, our wants, needs, and desires separate from the good person that we want to be, right? It's like, yeah, I want to be good, but I want to do this, but I got this good thing I want to do. And it's really not a separate thing. Okay, now I do understand about choices and sacrifice, and sometimes we do make choices, but it doesn't have to be in every single thing, every single day, in every single way. We go to this default of not me, not yet, not now, other people's needs are more important, other concerns are more important, and we get conditioned to do that. Number one is kids, to survive, then to not get in trouble at school, and then to be good employees, and then to be a good husband or wife, and then to be a good whatever. And then next thing you know, we're so good, we're not good for anything. And that's what we want to bust through tonight. Okay, we're going to bust through that so that when you're in your greatness, what's right for you is right. Say, as when we make this command, we're going to allow this to expand out an idea even greater than itself, that creates more good in its fulfillment. Because if you think that there's something good that you want, like if you want to make more money and you have this idea that you making more money has to take away from someone else, that's scarcity and poverty thinking. Okay, that's the old paradigm. And we're in this new paradigm. When you're in abundance thinking, it's, well, the more I have, the more I have to share. The richer I am, the greater riches I help create in other people. That's the idea. Hey, I want to say hi. The room is filling up, and I just want to check in on let's see. Why do I see only one person, but I see a whole bunch of people? Alex, who have we got on the meeting? Because all of a sudden I don't see any names. I want to have a chance to say hi to some folks. Uh-oh. Did I get lost?
Okay, so sorry about that, Kathryn.
Oh, well, I'm wondering what happened, because I see that we have 31 participants, but I don't see any names. So if this is resonating with you, how's this happening? So someone says, thanks for being upfront about the content and the interaction and the learning. Bring it, girl. Yes. Tell it. Yeah, Joey. The more I invest in learning, the more resources arrive. The new mantra. Please, as I can hear you. Thank you, Maria. Yeah, I'm not
In
sure.
our minds, great.
Yeah, the names aren't showing up. So we're going to go ahead and move forward, because I've got a bunch to share with you. Okay, so first, if we have not had a chance to meet, or we want to get reacquainted, everybody who's on the list probably knows me because of the one command, Commanding Wealth, and my work with Asara Lovejoy for many years, ever since we were mere girls, for the last 25, almost 30 years together, little children in kindergarten going around teaching this stuff. But we, we had the pleasure of teaching the One Command, Commanding Wealth all over the world. And now Sarah is in semi-retirement, and she has passed on all the Commanding Wealth work to me, and I'm so pleased to be bringing it out into the world, all those programs, and supporting all the work that we created together, and bringing Sarah's incredible teaching and methodologies to the world. So hello and welcome. I also want to introduce Alex, who we've been friends, I guess, 15 years or so now, and Alex is with us from the very start of the Commanding Wealth One Command days, and he learned it really right along with me. I mean, I was just a little ahead of him. I'd been a student of Asar's for many years. He came to work at the house and then wound up doing, being part of the One Command organization and handling all the materials and assisting in all the seminars. So Alex lived the One Command, and then all this became like a part of his DNA. And now Alex is a certified circle leader and a certified One Command practitioner. So Alex, welcome. Thank you so much for your help tonight.
You're so welcome. Happy to be here, Kathryn.
Yeah, thank you. And I host groups on Tuesday afternoon at noon Central Time. Alex hosts groups Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. Central Time. The best way to find out about that is to go to Facebook at TOC Money Mindset Mastery. And that's where
you've cut out, Kathryn.
Oh, I'm cutting out.
Oh, I can hear you pretty good there.
Okay. All righty. I'm going to move forward. Thank you for letting me know. I should have a pretty good internet connection, but if anything happens, Alex is recording. And I will jump right back on. So Alex will take over if anything happens, okay?
Go ahead and make me a co-host real fast there, Kathryn. So
okay. Let me make you a co-host again. There we go. There you go, Mr. Alex.
Got you.
Yeah. So I want to be upfront. Now, this happens to me a lot. I mean, I get an idea about something. I'll see a quote, and I'll share it with the group, and I'll do a little teaching around the quote and how it would apply to the One Command world, and then I help people form a One Command around it. And I had read this article, and I've got the link right here, and I'll be sharing the links in the replay. And it was talking about new moon and Leo and the meaning and everything else. And one of the things that really jumped out was that farmers plant their seeds during the new moon, okay, because they're really setting this intention. And tonight is setting a really powerful intention. We're in this Leo energy, and Leo is, expression and freedom, and there's money and luxurious, but there's fun and there's family, and just think about what we're doing in August normally when there's not a worldwide pandemic, but usually what we do, we're having family get-togethers, and August is really a big month for that. And we just want to be together, and that's what this is about. But there's a lot of optimism, and there's this supercharge of energy about it aligning to your will and giving you that little extra oomph. So I wanted to take advantage of the Leo moon. Now, I'm not an astrologer, like I said. I just have a lifelong passion for it. I've been a fan for a long time. I know just enough to be dangerous, but I really enjoy it. And it was such a good article. I love the way that she talked about it. And so if you're listening and you can't see what's here, I will say it, but I will share the link in the replay that you'll be getting by email. Okay, everybody who registered by the call for the call will get the email link. Okay, so stylecaster.com/new moon Leo August 2020 meeting. That's where that came from, and this is even her image. Brilliant. Okay, so this was the inspiration for tonight. Okay. Now, as a result of this call, you can expect your good to arrive in all kinds of wonderful ways. Now, number one, I'm going to tell you right now, and I know you're already reading this. It says, much cash will arrive. needed cash will arrive. Original ideas will just like pop into your head, and you won't talk yourself out of it. You'll get surprise discounts. New opportunities will show up, right away if it's right for you. Unexpected expenses will simply dissolve away. I can say this with 100% moral authority because this has happened in my life. And in the 15 years of doing this, this has happened in the lives of thousands of people when they apply the one command. I mean, I've even had big hospital bills dissolve, like, oh, we just forgive it. We've had people who had debts forgiven, erased, bills just suddenly went away, money just appearing kind of out of the blue, people finding out that they actually had big cash coming to them. So we don't know how many ways your good can arrive. We just know that when you allow that new idea, that your good is waiting to arrive. And we want to align it to, it comes in, it's aligned to your emotions, okay? And so the reason this is important is to really get tuned into your emotions is because it comes down to this. Jonah Lehrer talks about this in the Power to Choose. He talks about that every decision is ultimately an emotional decision. It either feels right or it doesn't. And because of our emotions, we can get addicted to struggle, and it can feel wrong for something to be going right. I mean, a lot of people go through this where they say, gosh, things are going so well. I don't know. I feel a little scared. I wonder if the other shoe is going to drop. Whoa, what's going to happen, right? We've all said that, like, uh-oh, it's too good. You better start buckling down. Well, we aren't going to be having that, okay? That is your old programming showing up, okay? And very often we try to fight it, and what we do with the one command is we meet it, and we ask what do we want instead. We just command for something new to arrive. So this comes from the article, but I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. It's like, are you ready? Who's ready? If you are, I want you to raise your hand or yeah, put it right in the chat. If you're ready for more fun, love, creativity. This says kids. I got enough kids. We got two of the rowdiest kids on the other side of the door over here. I'm going to let you know that if you hear screaming, no one is dying. I've got a 5-year-old and a 15-year-old, grandgirls. But more laughter and fun. If you want to have a sense of pride about what you're doing, you want to rise up and be a leader in your own life. If you're tired of waiting for somebody to choose you and recognize your skills, right? It's like, no, I'm going to rise up. I'm going to step forward. I'm going to let myself shine, and I'm going to show up and be the authority, be the leader that I know that I am, right? If you're ready to feel more confidence and personal power, hey, there's a lot to love about this, right? And during this period, communication is going to be highlighted. So during this new moon with the planet Mercury, it's going to be wanting us to like communicate better, and we're going to be connecting in really a more meaningful way. And then we're going to be drawing on this new moon energy. We're going to be sending just beams of positivity out into the world. Woo! Which is going to help us move forward and have a lot more momentum. Woo! Bring it on! Bring it on!
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah, baby. Hey, Alex, I want to check in with you. Do you have anything to add so far on what I've got, or anything you want to let people know?
Yeah, I mean, it's right on. I'm just really feeling, it's like when we're in the master of our own destiny, it's like you basically are denying your limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
It's like you're on the outside world actually focusing in, and it's like, where am I putting my focus? So it's like that's exactly right with the moon, what you're talking about with the energy that's coming in, it's actually going to start to laser focus our intention. So
yeah, the moon highlights our desires, and our fantasies get activated, and that's really important because it is, as you've heard me say 10,000 times, it is our hopes, dreams, and desires that inform us of what the truth of our potential is. It's giving us some clues there. What was it? Oh, there was something the other day that I was like just working on some little thing and went, oh my God, I remember thinking about this, doing exactly this kind of thing when I was 21. Like all of a sudden it was just kind of a deja vu moment with someone. And I was like, I forgot I wanted that, but it was one of my favorite kind of dreams and things to fantasize about. And I was
Mm.
doing it and it felt easy. Now, not everybody has to wait 40 years like I did, but
Yeah,
it,
you were kind of in that reconnection or kind of a redream moment almost. You were in this moment of, oh, there was that thing that I let go of because I wasn't ready. And then
yeah,
now you can bring the
yeah,
focus to it that you have the power to do now.
yeah. That was kind of a throwaway statement because really all paths lead to the fulfillment of your desire. All paths, even the bumpy ones. And you can't make a mistake. You know, today in the TOC call, one of the things I pointed out to people was that very often we think that where we are now and versus where we want to be, that, you know, right now we might be in discomfort, right? We might not be happy with where we are. And then we have this idea that our happiness is somewhere else. But what people don't realize is that where you are right now is a result of all your decisions, all your thoughts, all your beliefs, and really what your emotions were communicating to you about what was possible and your value. Okay. And where you fit in relationships and what you should do and shouldn't do, right? All of that condition is manifest, all of everything you're experiencing now is based on all of that. That's because of the past, is what you're experiencing the results now. If you're unhappy now, there's not anything wrong. You're actually unhappy because there's been some new idea that has created enough growth within you. If there's been new resources and new potential, that new idea, there's been enough growth that the world you created no longer fits. And so this discomfort and this unease that you're feeling is just the signal that it's time to move forward, that you're ready for that next thing.
Yeah, it's
Okay?
we're coming to the edge of our comfort zone. It's like that's the time that we can actually start our celebration of, oh, this is the new time of my life.
This is the good thing. This is exactly what we were commanding for. And so we tend to complain, but it's actually a time to celebrate and get really clear on what it is that you want and how you would know, you know, what would be the evidence of your manifestation appearing. Okay. So
Exactly.
we are going to be commanding for what we want. We're going to be talking about commanding for money. We're going to be commanding for ideas and strategies and going into this really expanded state of gratitude to deepen your connection to source, which is really a big part of the commanding wealth process. But before we do all of this, I want to tune into you. Answer honestly, since this is about expression and freedom. If money were not an object and you could do anything you please, what would you do? And like the other day, I suddenly, was like, what would a train trip across the US look like? And suddenly all these videos appeared in my YouTube feed because I don't know, my FBI agent informed YouTube that wanted to know more about that. But I started watching these videos and then I mapped it out and I was like, gosh, that's actually pretty affordable. What would the time look like? And it did not feel like a Sunday thing. It felt like, oh yeah, this is going to get in my planning, right? So what would that look like? So if money weren't an object and you could do anything you please, what would you do? And it helps to write this down because we're going to be tuning in. So when you think about, number two, when you think about doing something you want or need to do, like, hey, maybe you need to get to the dentist, right? Maybe it's time to get a new living situation. What's your first thought or feeling? And tune into that. When you think about it, what comes up for you? And now, if you feel excited or you're like, oh yeah, I'm ready, right? But if you go, not yet, I can't, I don't see how I could do it, right? Money. Sometimes we think it's money, but there's actually something else holding us back, and we're going to talk about it. And type into the chat bar what word came up for you. I'm going to tune in here. Hey, Ashok, how are you doing, buddy? I don't know how I get to see more people's names. I only know I see all the participants now, and I am fulfilled. Um, yeah, I don't know why I can't see them. It's so disappointing. Okay, so what word is coming up for you?
Ish-
Time.
Ishak said it's time for me. That was what he
Time.
texted.
Yeah, I love it. Um, Alex, do me a favor. Make sure everybody's muted. I can't mute everyone.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, because it creates Carmen says, yeah, impossible. I love
Shama says I want to be happy, or Linda says retire.
yeah. Yeah, that's what you do, right? So tune into like, that's my thought. Does it feel possible to retire? Does it feel possible to be happy? Or does it feel like there's too many things that have to happen first, right? And if it feels, instead of it feeling impossible or overwhelming, or like you just might feel a grab in your gut, or you might even feel blank, all those are feelings. Just notice. And then what would you want to feel instead? So who is Audrey Hepburn's quote? I love her quote when, you know, she said nothing's impossible because the two words I'm possible are embedded in that. So I'm
I love
possible.
that quote.
Audrey Hepburn. Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful girl.
Humanitarian. What a beautiful soul. Okay, here's the pitch. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. I'm going to share the link, but I want to let you know that the next virtual Commanding Wealth program starts next week, August 26th. It's an 8-week program. I am offering, if for everybody who's a member of the group, we had 100 people sign up for this. I'm so excited about that. That if you have been wanting to join the virtual Commanding Wealth program, that's an 8-week program, and we focus on your business success. Okay, and the way the membership site looks is that you go in and there's all the lessons, but we meet every week for about an hour and a half, and we have a hot seat where we deep dive on clearing those beliefs. It's a very powerful and personal group that we have, and that's starting August 26th, and I think it's going on till the 14th of October. The regular price is $9.97, and I do have a 3-pay option available, but if you register before this Saturday, the 22nd, you can take $300 off of the enrollment with this code Cash-A-Thon. Cash-A-Thon. So I will send you the link for it. You'll get to look and see what it is. That's the big pitch, guys. How's that for my commercial? But this is the flagship program, and this takes you all the way from really understanding how, you know, the principles of the one command, manifesting, creating from the invisible, how to access that theta brainwave and go into these more powerful states of being. But then we start meeting our many problems. We start meeting our many programs and our identity programs. We start seeing exactly how we set ourselves up in our relationships and business that keep us stuck and broke and struggling, and how to turn it around.
We get into the juicy stuff.
In the juicy nuts and bolts. So you learn, you know, the principles behind it, but we get in, we do the work. So this is a very intensive program, and this is probably the best price you'll ever see it at. And I just wanted to make it available to everybody who's in the Commanding Cash-A-Thon at that special rate. So thank you so much for being here. And then I wanted to say too, everybody who registers before Saturday, the 22nd, not only do you get the $300 discount, 2 one-on-one sessions with me, which my private sessions, especially at the level that we work on these, on this particular thing around your business success, we have a session before and a session after to prepare you for your next levels of success. These are very deep dive sessions. These are not, hey, how are you doing? What are your goals? What do you think? This is like, what is your deal? Let's get this cleared up. And that's a $500 cash value. So you'll be getting that too. Okay, so.
Wow, you're filling up that treasure chest.
I know. And guys, when you look at the page, and like I said, just say there's over $2,000 worth of bonuses in the archives alone. So if I start showing you around everything that's in there, that would take the rest of our time. Okay, but I just wanted to let you know that this is starting next week. All right, let's go for it. So if you, are you with me? Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. And Alex, do me a favor, do me a little shout out on who all is on the call. I want to just
Yeah. So we've got Amanda O'Connell, we've got Anna, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering names here. Anna Viventa, Ashok. We've got Bimirth Alexis. We got Bamiz Mildler, Carmen. We've got uh, Carissa O'Brien. We've got DB, Debbie Ray Smith, Derek Hobbs. We've got Thean, Heather Foe. We've got Jillian Olson, Joanne Brandy, Joe Moscato. We've got someone else joining. Let's see here. We got Heather, where was that? Joanne Brandy, Joe Moscato, Joey Boy, Karen Ross. We got Chris. We got Lee Levitt. We've got Linda Kohavik. We've got Lola B. We've got Lucy Stewart, Maria Morris, Panna Aurora, Renee McHelber. We've got Richard Frischmidt. Sorry, Richard, I can't see your last name. We got Sandra Rodanda, and we've got Shama. We've got Stephanie Lyman. Sorry, all the people that I butchered your last name. I'm so sorry.
Alex didn't know I was going to make him read names, but I just wanted to say hi and welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And now we're going to get into the meaty bits. Bust out those pens and paper. And this is probably one of my charts, my favorite things that a tool that I use, and I learned it in marketing, but it's borrowed from education, and it's the
I really like this shirt.
Yeah. And it's borrowed from the format method of teaching when we want to learn something new. But I've adopted it to personal growth. And so we have the moon, because we got a new moon tonight, so I put a moon there. And in the middle of it, we want to think about what our goal or our desire is. Okay, and you could draw your own little chart. And if you didn't hear, I do have the handouts of this very same PowerPoint available in the TOC Money Mindset Mastery Facebook group. Okay, and I'll be double checking, and if there's any new members, I'll make sure everybody gets admitted tonight. So you think about what it is that you want to create. Now, very often, what is the other way we're usually taught? When we go, oh yeah, law of attraction. We're going to imagine it. We're going to really get into it. It's going to get juicy. We're going to see ourselves in it, right? But the missing piece on that is very often we see ourselves in one little particular moment of time. We don't expand it out enough to where we see ourselves moving in and out. We don't think about ourselves as someone who's actually living our life. The way we think about ourselves is someone who wants that life. Very different. It's a big gap. Wanting and being. Very different. So we've got to tune into these hopes, wishes, and desires to uncover any hidden, we could say, limiting beliefs or competing values. Okay, is the way we usually think about that. But also, we don't want to just be in a negative state, because where you are, you're where you are for a very good reason. And it is serving you to some degree. And very often what stops us from moving forward is we're afraid we're going to lose the things that are familiar or valuable to us or gives a sense of security. Okay. Think about someone who's in a crappy job. They hate the job. They don't want to move forward. They hang on to the job. They half-heartedly send out resumes when they have time. But they're sending out the resumes not as someone who says, you know, I'm destined for someone greater. I have a greater potential. They're trying to move from unhappiness to avoid more unhappiness. Okay? They're not really moving towards something. But where are they? As Alex said, we're in their comfort zone. Alex, I'm going to have you mute yourself if you don't mind, because it's creating a little bit on my side. Okay. I will make sure we mute everybody too. All right. So we think about what it is that we want. And here's how we use this chart. So you think about where you are now. Now, right now, you could say, right now where I am is in not enough space. There's not enough money, not enough time, right? Or there's too much chaos. And I like working with what I call vignettes, 3 little examples, right? There's a power in 3, okay? And so where you are now, so you can go, oh, right now, there's chaos. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I don't have time to do it. I've got a lot of things I need to take care of, but I don't have the money to take care of it. You know, whatever, where you are now and how you're kind of self-identifying, right? And I can explain how we use this in marketing if you wanted to, but let's just talk about this tonight, okay? Where you are now. Right now, where you are, we're going to look down on this left-hand side. There's some challenges. And I want to use me as an example, right? So on where I am right now, I thought this was going to be temporary. I'm at my daughter's house running my business from a little teeny corner in a bedroom. And I'm someone who needs space, right? And I need to be able to think and spread things out. But right now, I've moved in and my sister has moved in and we're kind of filled to the brim and there's a feeling of not quite enough room. And everybody's getting along great, but it's still kind of close. So that's where we are right now. And the challenge is kind of having the space to think and me being in my own rhythm. That could be the challenge, right? And I had some plans to be able to go do some meetings. I had some meetings set up that I was going to be traveling. And so now the challenge is moving all of that online and not going out meeting people the way that I was. So I had to really totally redo all my marketing and my planning on that. What's the blessings? Hey, I get to, tease about those kids out there. But man, I get to be with those kids out there. I'm here in the country, and when everybody else is cooped up in a little tiny place, I get to sit in a big backyard with 9 pine trees, 9 pecan trees, and look out on beautiful fields. And I'm in a pretty relatively safe area of the country, and I'm with people I truly love, and it made me focus on the things that really mattered, that would produce the results that I needed. Challenges, blessings. Do you see how we got that? Secret fear. Oh, the secret fear is like, I could stay here forever. Right? So right now, where are you right now? Just take a minute. Where are you now? And what are the challenges and the blessings? And what's the secret fear? Did you notice I had to kind of make up what my secret fear was, but because I had to deal with it. That was a secret fear. I actually had to deal with that. Okay. Is this making sense, or is, let's see. Are you getting it? All right, great. So we have our desire, where you are now. What are the challenges and the blessings about where you are? Can you say more about secret fear? Well, the secret fear, that's the thing, like, that's the thing where we kind of talked it's that thing we actually kind of worry about, right? So I'm going to go ahead and be vulnerable right here. So part of, people who know me and have been in the world know that I struggled for a year. I kept working and I'm, doing, working with clients and doing programs, but I really wasn't operating at the capacity I could because I was on the wrong medication. And I kept moving forward because I needed to, honestly. But then my secret fear was I'm getting sicker and I'm not going to be able to take care of myself. That's my secret fear. And when I say, well, I might wind up being here, I really have a high value on independence. And my secret fear would be, even though there's a lot of blessings and a lot of good reasons to be here, that I might not get to travel again. I might not get to be in my own place again for a while, just because of not just of where I am, but what's happening with my family and what we need to do and my commitments to my family, right? So that's some deeper things. And this is something that very often we try to outcommand or visualize. We wind up, not really knowing how to address it. So it's so big, we wind up focusing on little minutia and stuff that really doesn't matter because we start trying to control the things we can control. Okay. Inner vulnerability that we may not be about to others, but try to avoid facing yourselves. Absolutely. Joy, you got it. Okay. So it's that inner challenge boundary issues with property I inherited. Perfect. Okay, great. So y'all are getting it. So there's a secret fear. Okay. Someone may fear, like if they get into a relationship, that they could wind up like their parents if their parents divorced, or if they had a critical mom and they're worried that somehow they could wind up being like their mother or replicating their parents' mistakes, or maybe they made a mistake in the past and they're going to be replicating in the future. There's this fear that they're not going to be able to address it. There's some fear about not being good enough. Okay. Now, sometimes you may not even know until you've been able to give yourself enough space to realize, wow, that fear is there, because it could be nonverbal. It could be something that might not even necessarily happen to you, but it got imprinted on you as a baby, or there could have been something that happened, but you were pre-verbal and there's no language for it. It's just this visceral thing in your body. Okay. So sometimes you don't know, but you just know that there's something there and it feels too scary to address it. Okay. All righty. So the other side of this, right? This is the fun part. This is the piece where everybody loves to get. We get this high, right, from doing it. Like, where do you want to be? So if I say, well, right now I'm living at my daughter's, where do I want to be? I want to be in a nice, honestly, just here I'm in the country. They got these adorable 2-bedroom cottage farmhouses that I would just love to have. Just a little 2-bedroom, 1 bath. I don't need a lot. And I like kind of, living simply. And I would love to have one of those places with the trees. There's one I drive by all the time going, I think that one's going to be my house. But where do I want to be? I want to be independent and in my own place and free to travel, right? Where do you want to be? But then what are the obstacles, right? We have opportunities like, yeah, if I do that, then I'll be able to have, be, or do. We can think about that. But what do? We go, but I can't because I don't have the money or the time, or I don't have the connections. I don't know how to do that, right? And I just want to tell you too, everybody thinks they're supposed to come up with all this all on their own. And sometimes people, when they don't know how to do something, they just go find the right partner. They find somebody who's already doing it and they make a deal with them. I mean, you don't have to know how to do every single thing. You just have to know what you want to do. So what are the opportunities when you move forward? What opportunities are going to be opened up to you if you're there? But what are the obstacles? And then what's your secret desire? Now, this secret desire, it can be kind of selfish. It's actually better if it's selfish. I was working with someone, they said, you know what I really would love? I'd love to go back to my high school reunion one year and just, because she was bullied and everything, I'd really love to go back and show them, yeah, I'm a success. I'll pull up in my new car and I'll be looking great. And all those girls that were mean to me, I'm going to show them this, or that boy that dumped me. And, but that was really a big motivator. And so what is the secret desire that we don't really usually talk about? Usually we like to talk about, I just want it to be easier. I want freedom. I want to do good in the world. But sometimes we want to stick it to our enemies, right? I mean, it's okay. It's just us. Right. But if we deny that, if we deny that part, we're going to deny everything else. But we got to see why does that matter? Because sometimes that secret desire is the signal to an unmet need. Okay. All right. I'm locked down, lose my access to the road. Yeah. So now we've got a pretty good picture. Hey, I want to get some feedback. How was this exercise for you? Secret desire. Renee, I'm going to read yours. This is beautiful. I want to stay in the U.S. and work. Obstacle, my mom died as a resident before she could be a citizen. Opportunities, I hope to get a job abroad when I graduate from school in March. But with COVID-19, I won't get a job abroad. Secret desire to live abroad and be free of family entanglement. Yeah. Oh. Well, we don't know. We don't know how that could happen. I'm sure you don't want to go live in one of the three countries we're allowed to be in right now. But if you're if you're a U.S. citizen, sorry guys, we're working on it. We're working on it. But right now we don't know how. But we also don't know how this is perfect. Right now we don't know how all things are working together for your good. We don't know how. We don't know why this is necessary right now. But we can only assume it's only happening because it must. Okay. Don't argue with your reality. Byron Katie, what does she say? When you argue with your reality, you're going to lose every time. Right? So now we're going to tune into here. Now we could bundle all of this. We could take all of this and call it one word, your desire. Now that you are aware of this, look at me, I'm waving my hands. I can see my hand. But you can also command on each thing. So if where you are now is stuck, instead of being stuck, what do you want to be? The simplest way to do the one command is to simply ask yourself, what do you want instead? Okay. But this is a little deeper dive because this could uncover some of our concerns.
Right, right. Because our identity is shifting, right, Catherine?
Yeah, already, just as it, we can't change anything unless we're aware of it. I mean, and then we wouldn't even know it changed. I mean, all change begins with awareness. So this helps you start to become aware. Alex, I'm going to get your feedback on this. Have you seen this before?
This is a really cool. I really like this, and the fact that this came from education, this is really going to help me with my drama kids because sometimes in the field of teaching kids drama or theater, you get half of those kids that are just there for the easy A, and
Yeah,
then you get the other half that are like, I am gung ho. So this I think is really wonderful because it really breaks down, kind of giving the mind a pause of
yeah,
where are you now, and then like the challenges and blessings. It's like how often do kids or maybe even us, how often do we really identify what our blessings truly are, going into our heart space and saying, oh my gosh, this, that thing, this person, those group of people. And so I think this is a really great tool. And I like how it's got, you know, the obstacles and opportunities on the other side, because sometimes an opportunity is an obstacle that we are just not prepared for,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. Ab-
And it's like that wall that we're putting up around ourselves,
mhm.
and this is helping us break it down because if we're not like starting to be aware of the obstacles and the challenges, then those are just things that are, you know, we're just being run by. It's like that's our, it turns into our prison, right? If in a way.
Absolutely. Nicely said. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can meet these, but right now, just for tonight, we're going to attune to our desire, what it is that you want. Now we have this awareness. Okay. So the one command statement is, I don't know how and you would state what you wanted. I only know it's so now, and I am fulfilled. But you could also say, I don't know how I'm confident. I only know I am now, and I am fulfilled. Okay. So let's see. So is everybody aware of what your desire is? And but we have any questions before we move into the next part, this would be a great chance to get them. I'm going to throw open the questions. Renee, thank you for sharing your being vulnerable with us. Okay. Unlock and lose my access to the road. Not being enough. Yeah, not being able to get out of the situation you're in. Boundary issues. Yeah. Okay, any questions, and then we will move on forward. Yeah, we're ready to have some fun. Yeah, thank you. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to go with it, right? And I'm going to walk you up, but I'm going to, as I do the commands, we're going to do this a little different. Now, guys, I want to let you know that right now I wanted to keep this to an hour. If you need to leave at the end of the hour, I certainly understand there are a lot of people that are here later. I'm going to keep going till we're done. And then I will send everyone who registered for the call recording. Okay, so if you need to exit out, I totally understand. And thanks in advance. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and take you through the 6-step process. We're going to do it rather quickly. And right now, I just want to align to that master in you. And the master in me greets the master in you. And in this space, let there only be love between us. And I want to invite you just to ground. And when we're grounding, we're just becoming aware of your body. And just let yourself become present into the moment. And make sure. I think Alex is playing some meditation music. I don't think that's going to work, my friend. And now feel your connection to the earth and the earth's connection to you. And I'm going to invite you to become aware of your environment. And your environment's like the territory you get to roam in. And it's bigger than the place you're living in. Your territory. And I don't know how I am creating an environment that enables me to thrive and prosper. I only know I am the master of my environment now, and I am fulfilled. And your eyes are just neutral. We're not rolling our eyes up. We're just becoming aware of this first level of our energy, right? This first chakra. There we go. Bring your attention to your heart as you're aligning to your purpose. And your purpose is whatever it is that you want to create, attract, or manifest. And we're talking about freedom tonight. So let's focus on what it is that you want to create that will help you live in the greatness and the fullness of your freedom. And now, just as you thought about it, you created it in consciousness. And now allow your creation to align back to you. Now, here's what I invite you to do. I want you to picture, visualize, or imagine that there is a pole of light connecting you to source. It's coming down right down through your body, and it goes all the way to the center of the earth. I want to invite you to very softly roll your eyes up as if you're trying to look up to the top of your head. And just send your consciousness up, up, up that pole of light. Just imagine that you are going up that pole of light. You can look down and see your body in the place you're currently sitting or resting, up above your city, up above your state or your country, above the planet, to the outer edges of the solar system, to the outer edges of the Milky Way, to the outer edges of the galaxy. And the higher you go, the faster you go, and soon you find yourself surrounded by that beautiful black velvety void of space. I invite you to break through that darkness into the light of pure, open potential. Keep your eyes up. Silently follow along with the one command and stating your desire. I don't know how I only know. I don't know how and state your desire. I only know it's so now, and I am fulfilled. Let your eyes relax. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. Now, roll your eyes up, and we're going to do some commands to support what we covered tonight. So right now, I don't know how, eyes up, I don't know how I have even more blessings. I'm aware of even greater blessings in my current situation. I only know that I am going from blessing to blessing to blessing now, and I am fulfilled. And I don't know how the current challenges I face are exactly what I need in order to thrive. I only know that I am rising up now, and I am greater than my challenges. I am greater because of my challenges. Now, and I am fulfilled. And I don't know how I have the courage to face my fears, to shine light on them and meet myself in that moment with loving compassion. I only know I am courageous, and I am worth saving now, and I am fulfilled. Yeah, you're both of those. And I don't know how, and state where you want to be. I only know I am now. I don't know how I have a thriving business. I don't know how I'm living in the country I want to live in. I don't know how I have free to travel. I don't know how I have an amazing relationship. I don't know how I'm free to be the best version of myself possible. And I have everything to make it happen. I only know I do now, and I am fulfilled. And I don't know how my obstacles are transformed into opportunities. I only know that I am going from opportunity to opportunity to opportunity. And I have the power to choose, and I have the power of life and death are in my mouth, and I choose life now, and I am fulfilled. I choose a greater life. I choose a greater expression. I am free in all the ways I desire to be free now. I don't know how I am wealthy in all the ways a man or woman can be wealthy. I only know I am rich in all the ways that truly matter to me now. And I am fulfilled. And I don't know how my desires are met and fulfilled and expressed. I only know my desires are elevated and bring me joy and create inspiration in others and give others hope. I only know that I am powerful now, and I am fulfilled. Let all that go. Let that all expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And now we're just going to start to receive. And this is a very conscious act. And just allow yourself to come to the space of consciously receiving, and receiving in gratitude and appreciation. Yes, yes, yes. Whoops. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When you're ready, bring your attention back to your heart and open your eyes. Woo! You guys do not mess around. My goodness. So when you come back, check your fingers and toes. And do you remember those first questions that we asked? This is the piece that a lot of people don't realize they need to do. Like when you think about what it is you wanted to command, right? And, you know, we tuned into all these other things. When you think about it now, how do you feel? We always want to create some contrast. So now, when you think about this, if money were not an object and you could do anything you please, what would you do? Does it feel the same or did it change a little? And the other question was, when you think about doing something you want or need to do, what's your first thought or feeling? So remember how you felt before, but now when you think about doing it or getting it or making it happen, how does it feel? Now, how does that possibility feel in your body? And remember, we asked, what do you want to feel instead? Were you able to create that feeling? I want to feel confident. I want to feel free. I want to feel at ease. Yeah, so this could take a little bit to unwind. This unwinding and rewinding process could take just a few days. Now, here's what I tell people. Remember I told you at the start about this power of three? If you were free to do what you wanted, what would the evidence be like? Because remember I said too that very often we get hung up on that one moment. We don't really see ourselves living and being that person. So if you were someone who was free to do what you wanted or needed or desired, what would your life look like? And create three little, what I call vignettes, three little scenes. So like I mentioned the train, like, oh man, I would just go ahead and book the train. I wouldn't even worry about the classes coming up or what's happening with the family schedule. I mean, I would just like go ahead and figure out what my tickets need to be and make that happen. And then I'd let everybody know. And I guess I'd do all my broadcasts from the phone. That would be cool. That'd be fun. They have Wi-Fi on trains, right? So that'd be one. Two, I would actually not just drive by places and think that's cute. I would pull in because I'd be ready to take action sooner, right? And what would be another one? Oh, so if the secret fear was getting stuck here, it would be like the kids going, "We love you. When are you coming back? Come see us some more." What would be your three scenes? What would those look like? All right, I'm gonna check the chat. Feel excited and freed. A thought arises about a program to discover my true purpose that I purposed and was retired as I paid for it. Okay. Yeah, excited and free. Feels like it already happened. Much gratitude. And beautiful, wonderful experience. Awesome. Thank you. Now, the thing is, you do want to continue to command because some other ideas could arrive. You might, just keep spending time with that moon graph that I showed you and just use it as a tool to be thinking about things. Okay. So was this helpful? Did you get what you came for? Yeah, I appreciate you. I know you're busy. You got so much going on and you invested the most valuable thing you have, and that's your time. And you didn't just invest it with me, you invested in yourself. And for that, I bless you because a happy you is a pretty powerful thing. I just want to remind everybody that the next virtual Commanding Wealth program, that 8-week program, is going to be starting August 6th. I'm going to be sending the link in the email follow-up. And if you register by this Saturday, Commanding Cash-A-Thon participants are going to get a $300 off of enrollment. And that $300 off could be off the upfront price of $997, or I do a 3-pay option on that too. So you could even enjoy that savings over a 3-month period. And then remember, you're going to be getting that huge amount of archives and those 2 deep dive sessions with me. Okay. So Alex, let's see, let's check that here. Woo! Why did we not unwind or rewind? You did. I did it very quickly. But we spent time, unwind, rewind. We just usually bring attention to you, but it's naturally part of the process. Okay, so it already is. Intimate, tears everywhere, shifts galore. Love it. Thank
Yeah,
you,
people are
boy.
loving it.
Yeah, I loved you. Appreciate you. Grateful for your coaching early on, as I've always been long, 3 long Zoom sessions today. Yeah, I've had to lay hands on my internet once or twice. That's why I got Alex as a backup now.
Yeah. And
Thank
all this integration, it's like we can come back to that thought or that realization, that remembrance of allowing our heart to create life through our possibilities, right?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that's really what we're remembering as we're doing this process.
Mhm.
We're being more in touch with our heart side. We're not allowing our brain to be to, totally controlling what we're doing. So
Right. Absolutely. I love it. Everyone's saying thank you so much. Thanks for the timely invite. Well, I appreciate y'all. What is it? It's only 9:06. We did great.
yeah, you're right on time, pretty much.
I know it. Well, guys, I love you so much. I appreciate you. And keep an eye out for that email with the replay and the handout. And then it'll have the other details on the upcoming class. And if you haven't joined the group yet, be sure and join that TOC Money Mindset Mastery group. Okay? All right, my friends. This is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, with Alex Wren, the wonderful. Thank you, Alex, for being.
So welcome.
That's your official name. Wait a minute.
I'll take it.
Kathryn, I dubbed thee Alex the Wonderful.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you so much. Because you witness mastery and I witness excellence, so we can do that together.
Absolutely. All right, my loves. Mwah. Until next time, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and I witness your mastery. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
Let's see. And now we just got to figure out how to do this.